Hi guys, welcome back to Prospect Channel TV. Thank you for always stopping by. If you're just joining us for the first time, please kindly subscribe to this channel and don't forget to give us a thumbs up, abeg. Waiting you were about to watch could shock you. What is actually going on in Finland? The Finland government versus Simon Ekpa and Nigerian government. Okay guys, let's go there. I will be right back. Thank you.
A lot of interesting and a lot of groundbreaking event has unfolded in the country of Finland and in the country of Nigeria in the past couple of days. And as we speak, Mr. Simon has done or is thinking to do the most impossible thing you ever ask him to do. Yes, so the question here is what has happened in Finland and how does it concern Mr. Simon? Well, in this video, we shall be discussing and critically analyzing every single thing that has happened behind the scenes in the past couple of hours for you to see and fully understand. Well, just in case you don't know, on the 30th of May of this said month, the USB government plan on hosting and holding an event in Washington, D.C. in the USA. Well, for better understanding and for more clarification, showing right now on your screen is a tweet or a post coming out from Ngozi Oraboeze, who happens to be the Deputy Prime Minister of the USB nation. As you can see, she clearly stated the fact that on the 30th of May, an event will be hosted in Washington, D.C. And this event is going to be a memorable one come this said month. Yes, just in case you don't know, on the 30th of May every single year, the USB usually observe the Biafran Day, marking this day as the day to celebrate the declaration of the Independent Republic of USB in 1967. Yes, but this said year, the government of the USB wants to do something extraordinary. They want to do something that will shock and surprise the whole wide world. Come 30th of this May in Washington, D.C., they plan on inviting series of world leaders to this convention and to this meeting. As we speak, some political leaders from Gabon, Haiti, Cote d'Ivoire, Tanzania, and Zambia have already showed interest to be present in that said convention that will be held in Washington, D.C., USA. Yes, and also the current and the sitting president of Burkina Faso and the person of Captain Ibrahim Traore has promised to also be live in that event come 30th of May of 2025. But as we speak, Ibrahim Traore wants Mr. Simon, who happens to be the Prime Minister of this movement, to be live and present in that event because a lot of things has been planned out that will definitely surprise and shake the whole wide world. Yes, the government of the USB in collaboration with Ibrahim Traore wants to make a very strong declaration on that said day, and that is why they need the Prime Minister to be present. And just in case you don't know, the Prime Minister of the USB movement in the person of Simon is currently being held in Kilamakoski Correctional Center. But then we'll come back to Simon in a bit. Yes, interestingly, a couple of hours back, the government of India and the government of Japan were all invited to this convention that will be held in Washington, D.C. Like I said, that will be held on the 30th of May. Showing right now on your screen is a post coming out from the official Twitter page and handle of the USB government, where it states categorically that the government of Japan and India have been informed and invited for the convention that will be held in Washington, D.C. And as we speak, the political leaders in Japan has promised to show up on that fateful day. And now let's go to the interesting part of this whole video. Let's go to the interesting part of this whole conversation. Yes, 3 days ago, we made a video showcasing the fact that Ibrahim Traore has sent his delegate, or he sent his delegates to meet with Simon and his lawyer in Kilamakoski Correctional Center. And 11 hours ago, we made a video showing that Ibrahim Traore has landed in Finland and he had a meeting, a very secretive meeting with Simon. But as we speak, every single thing has changed. Yes, just in case you don't know what is currently happening, the Päijät-Häme District Court in Finland gave Mr. Simon 5 conditions that he must meet before he will be granted bail. And a couple of days later, they changed the whole thing to that he must meet only 4 conditions out of the 5. And the 4th condition here is that he must accept to call off the sit-at-home, a civil disobedience that has been held or respected in the southeastern region of Nigeria. Yes, so the Päijät-Häme District Court were like, Simon, you must call off the sit-at-home, and you must do that using one of our media channels, meaning that Simon must make that declaration using a Finnish media to declare the call-off of the sit-at-home in the southeastern region of Nigeria. Yes, and as we speak, Ibrahim Traore is in full support in calling off this Monday sit-at-home in Nigeria. Yes, the leader of Burkina Faso told Simon that, see, if you call off the sit-at-home in the southeastern region of Nigeria, it's going to be beneficial to the USB movement. It's going to be highly beneficial to the struggle and to the quest. He also listed the importance of calling off this sit-at-home. Yes, showing right now on your screen are some of the importance enlisted by Traore himself. The very first one, that if he calls off the sit-at-home, he's definitely going to meet his bail conditions and he can go back to his home, meet his family members and his loved ones, his kids, and also receive full medical attention. Yes, the second one is that if he calls off the sit-at-home, the May 30th convention scheduled to be held in Washington, D.C. will be a success because Simon himself will be present and he'll be able to meet other top world leaders. The third one here is that it's going to boost the economy of the southeastern region of Nigeria. This is actually straight to the point. We all know that this Monday sit-at-home has greatly affected the economy of Nigeria and the southeastern part of the country, to be precise. Yes, so calling off the sit-at-home will influence and change the trajectory of the economy situated in Igbo land. The fourth importance here is that if he calls off the Monday sit-at-home, it's going to lead to the widespread of the USB movement. Yes, because if Simon can call off the sit-at-home using a Finnish media or a Finnish press, and the Finnish government grants his bail, this is going to draw more attention to the USB government and its movement. Yes, a lot of international news channels will cover this event. A lot of international media publications will definitely send their staffs to cover the particular news briefing that will probably emanate from Finland. And the fifth importance here is that it's going to stop any form of civil disobedience in that part of Nigeria. Yes. And the sixth importance here is that it's going to draw international support from all top individuals of the world. So as you can see, these are big importance of calling off the sit-at-home by Simon himself. And these were enlisted by Ibrahim Traore based out of reports we received from a Burkina Faso media outlet. But then there's a problem. There's a big problem. Mr. Simon has refused. At some point, Mr. Simon refused to call off the sit-at-home. He was like, no, I'm not going to call off the sit-at-home because I'm not the one who implemented this. I have no control of over 2 million citizens of the USB. So I don't have the power. I don't have the mandate. I don't have the will of the people to call off the sit-at-home. These were the exact words of Simon as reported by a Burkina Faso media outlet. Yes. So like I said at first, Mr. Simon was very skeptical about calling the Monday sit-at-home off. Yes, he was like, I'm not going to do that. But then things changed drastically a couple of minutes later when Traore had a series of conversations with Simon. Yes, after having this conversation with Simon, we believe that Simon has changed his mind. But then there is something we all need to know at this particular point in time. Remember that the Finnish authorities informed Simon that he must use a Finnish media outlet or a TV channel or a radio station to make this declaration. That is to say, if Simon wants to call off the Monday sit-at-home, he must use a press or a media domiciled in Finland. He must appear physically in a TV channel, radio stations, or whatsoever, stating categorically that the Monday sit-at-home has been called off and Nigerians, Southeasterners, can actually work on a Monday, go to their respective places of work, go to schools, you can go to church on a Monday. These were the conditions enlisted by the Paijehame District Court. But as we speak, Simon was like, no, I'm not going to use your media outlet channels to make this declaration. I'm going to use my Twitter page in doing that. Yes, this is actually very simple. Finland wants Simon to use their media outlets in making this declaration, but Simon wants to use his Twitter page and other USB media outlets in making this particular call. This is a very interesting one. Yes, and that is not even all. A lot of things has happened. Simon informed them that even if I will use my media outlets to call off this Monday sit-at-home, we all need to sign a document that whatever I post or upload on my Twitter page or any USB media channel will stay up for 30 days before it's been deleted. Yes, Simon wants the government of Finland to sign a document with him that whatever he says in regard to the Monday sit-at-home will stay up on his Twitter page for 30 days before it's deleted. Wow. This came as a shocker because we don't know what Simon is currently planning up his sleeve. We don't know what this man wants to pull off from nowhere, because this sounds very, very decisive. He wants the Finnish government to sign a document with him stating categorically that whatever I say will not be deleted up until 1 month time frame. So what do we think is currently going on here? What do we think Simon is currently planning to do? Well, first and first, we believe that Simon wants to outsmart the Finnish authorities. Yes, Simon wants to, one way or the other, outsmart these authorities and these policemen who enlisted series of conditions to him. It's very, very possible that Simon planned on going on air using his Twitter page to make a statement contrary to the Monday sit at home. It's still very possible that Simon wants to gain access to his mobile phone. Very, very possible. And the second thing here is that Simon wants the declaration to be binding. Yes, as you can see, for Mr. Simon to call in for a contract that will be signed by the Finnish authorities and that will be signed by Simon himself in the presence of lawyers and legal representatives, it simply means that he wants that document or contract to be binding. The third thing here is that we believe that Simon wants to use his phone for a different purpose. It's still very possible that Simon needs access. He wants access to his mobile or smartphone. And that is why he opted on using his Twitter page or his Twitter handle to make that video. Yes, these are very, very interesting claims and very, very interesting conditions coming out from Simon. But then when you look at this whole thing critically, it feels like Simon has the bargaining power. It feels like he has that power to bargain, because a man held in Kilamakoski, a man held in a correctional facility wouldn't have the bargaining power to negotiate or renegotiate with the government. So what do we think is currently happening? Why is Simon so powerful to even bargain with the government? Well, just in case you don't know, a couple of days back, we received a report about or regarding Simon's health. Yes, this particular video was released or posted 7 days ago, where we made mention of the fact that Simon was rushed to a medical facility outside his correctional center. It feels like Mr. Simon's health over the past couple of days is currently deteriorating. Yes, it feels like he's not 100% healthy or fit. And that is why he's probably using his health as a condition, because God forbid, if this man gets unalived or passes on in a correctional center in Finland, trust me, it's not going to sit well with a lot of USB supporters. A lot of narratives, a lot of descriptions will spread. And many will feel like he was unalived on purpose in their custody. So we feel like this man wants to use his health as a bargaining power. And as we speak, it's currently working on his favor, because Simon did not even stop there. Simon informed them that after calling off the Monday sit at home using his own social media platform or channel, he wants the government of Finland to unfreeze his accounts, his properties and assets. And just in case you don't know, on the 6th of March 2025, the government of Finland, together with the government of Nigeria, froze the account linked with Simon and other individuals in the USB government. And as we speak, Simon is asking the government of Finland to unfreeze his account and his assets and properties. Wow, this is a very, very interesting one. It feels like Mr. Simon knows what he's doing. He knows every single step that he's going to take. It feels like everything here has been pre-planned. He knew all of these things will come his way. And that is why he has been so decisive in choosing what he wants right from Kilamakoski Correctional Center. So what do we think will happen in the coming days? Well, some of the conditions enlisted by Simon is actually unrealistic to an extent. Yes, the government of Finland will never allow him make that declaration using his social media platform and signing the document beforehand, because Simon can come on air and say something that will be detrimental to his investigation. He can come on air and post something that will probably shame the authorities. So the government wouldn't want that to happen. The government wouldn't want to even sign a pre-document before he goes live on air. So as we speak, we highly doubt if any of these conditions will be met by the government. We highly doubt. But then things can actually change. Things can change if his health gets worse or gets actually very, very bad. Yes, like I said already, this man is not 100% healthy. This man is suffering from a severe heart conditions. Yes, just in case you don't know, Mr. Simon, before his arrest, had a series of issues with his heart, and things have gotten really, really bad while in detention. Yes, and as we speak, we feel like Mr. Simon knows all of these things, and that is why he has a bargaining power on leaving the correctional facility domiciled in Kilamakoski. This is going to be a very, very interesting one. This definitely will change the trajectory of his trial in the Finnish authorities. Well, in our previous video, we did a deep dive
thank
to
you
expose
for
every single
staying
thing
to
that's
the end of
happened
this
behind the
video.
scenes regarding
Let's hear from you. What's your
concerning
take on
his
this?
health.
Kindly drop your
Yes,
comment
in our
below the
previous
comment
video, we
section.
exposed
Thank
the
you.
fact that he was
See
taken
you
out
in
of
my next video.
Kilamakoski
Bye
to
for
a
now.
correctional center